All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Second and 10, it's Taylor again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They always say the real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. On third down, Taylor. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Second and 10 now, it's Taylor. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Bortles. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Kerry Hyder able to drop him for a loss of 4. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
He's got his man on the crossing route. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now Taylor. Roberts with it over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Taylor now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are in for 6. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now this time Bortles will throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And his throw here is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Taylor. And Tate's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott is set. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose, and the Lions have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And a cut to the right and some open. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions add on to their lead. Now Taylor going to lead his guys up to go for two. Now Taylor to throw, and he's got it. So they try for two, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Bortles to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
380.
Bortles going to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Hey, 54 Ricky.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Bortles again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys right up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Devon Kennard. drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Throw.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. Caught right side, Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. Taylor now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Taylor. Over the middle, complete. That's Duncan. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Taylor now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts, there. And now it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor going to throw again. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now Taylor on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Bortles now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. His throw incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Let's go, let's go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Throwing now is Bortles. Over the middle, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, here's Bortles. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Bortles to throw for it on fourth down. Caught, Severian Jenkins, right side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 26, they'll line up on second and 4. On second down, Taylor. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And this one is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On second down, Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. No move to pull the offense. Taylor's going to go for it.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun now for Bortles. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
For plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Hey, you got three. Ready. 319. 319. Slow. Z.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. The left side completion to Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Now Taylor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Duncan. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is Are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Taylor. Finds Roberts left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Taylor. Throw left side complete. That's Roberts. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, Taylor going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Duncan. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Taylor will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Roberts. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Taylor going to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A give to Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Hit on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the
blitz coming, and down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. This is caught. And he's brought down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You